Every year in the late summer, the people of Thanet are complaining about the smell of seaweed. So today I'm here at Bursford Gap to take a look and talk to you about the seaweed that's washed up. I want to tell you what it's good for and what it's not good for, and why it's so hard to deal with. Look at it, there's absolutely loads of it. This year the seaweed seems to have been pretty bad due to the calm hot weather, and I think climate change is making it increasingly worse year on year. A few weeks ago I spoke with Tony from the Thanet Coast project. The current Thanet Coast SSSI agreement allows for some summer removal of the driftweed by TDC, mainly at the main designated bathing beaches, so that it complies with the blue flag requirements. Seaweed removal usually occurs in July and August, but there are a few things that make it very difficult to deal with. And as you can see out here at sea, there's still a massive amount of weed floating out there waiting to be washed ashore. And on it are a load of seabirds feeding, and underneath that will be a load of fish taking shelter. And there's birds coming over called terns, and they've been diving in there getting the fish that are next to the seaweed. So there's just so much more to come in yet as well. It's an incredible sight up here. Firstly, it's very difficult to remove seaweed due to the tricky access and the importance of not damaging this chalk reef below it. Secondly, the fact that so much seaweed contains so much plastic pollution. Look, there's so much plastic pollution amongst this seaweed, it's heartbreaking. There's a lot out there on the seabed that we don't see on the beach, and it comes in with the driftweed. And it makes it very hard to dispose of this seaweed because practically every year the driftweed is transported to farmland for manure, unless it's highly contaminated with litter. Then it can't be. And to dump it in landfill, I'm told, is £100,000 per 500 tonnes. And thirdly, a lot of our fields in Thanet have been classed by the Environment Agency as in a nitrate vulnerable zone, meaning we cannot put the seaweed on our fields, and this is to help safeguard our drinking water aquifer. So Thanet have to pay to transport this seaweed further afield. All this driftweed washing up plays an important part for biodiversity, and it's one giant food bowl for our wildlife. In fact, all driftweed is left as a strandline habitat over winter, 1st of October to the 31st of March, for the feeding grounds of coastal birds like turnstone. However, when thick areas of decomposing seaweed cover the chalk reef like this, it can kill all the marine life that is underneath it. Also, this seaweed is understood to release hydrogen sulfide into the atmosphere. This can cause discoloration to jewellery and nearby buildings. I mean, look at it, it's absolutely black. And on rare occasions, should you disturb a pocket of the gas in amongst this seaweed, it can cause nausea. So, if the smell of seaweed is getting to you, remember it's a complex issue. Now, you came to the beach, you should expect to find seaweed. The beach was here before you were, but we're due some high tide soon, and that should really disperse a lot of this seaweed.